Good morning, all you beautiful bastards, bad bitches, and amazing, lovely dreamers out there. I know, yesterday I was like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be posting much or consistently, and I still don't know how true that's going to hold up or how false that's going to hold up. But I did have important, not really important, more like an unfortunate and eventful evening last night. Um, so a certain green man from the Nintendo party really had the right idea. Like I wasn't afraid of the man, and I'm still not afraid of the man. I still don't even think he did it. But the fact of the matter is I went to the doctor, right? Because I have not physically or mentally taken care of myself for the past 24 years of my life now. I know it may seem like I have, and I don't know how or why that's possible. And in fact, I think I do. I'm going to attribute that to God. Really, I am. Um, Not that I don't feel pain. I do still feel a lot of pain. He's perfect, but he can't. He could, but it would like be a senseless miracle until the right time. Anyways, not to go religious or spiritual or anything there. Just, I'm for not taking care of myself. He took care of me as best as he could. Um, so I went in there with a whole slew of issues, and I used to have a doctor at this doctor's office, but they recently became a pediatrician, and there's no need for me to see a pediatrician, apparently. Not that I entirely know what a pediatrician is, and I probably should at 24 years old. Moving on. Um, so I got into the mental aspect of things, and they made this so cold and callous, in my opinion. They brought in this little iPad, and I was talking to a therapist with a psychiatrist also listening in, and they were like, yeah, the best option for you to do is go to the emergency room. And I'm just like, what? Why the emergency? I was looking for like a referral to some therapy programs or whatever, and not to mention that the insurance that I have, also United Healthcare, and whatnot, they don't cover all of those all that well, therapy, because apparently it's just not a proven or worthwhile thing to put funding into. Fine by me, I suppose. Because we all know that money is the cure to all issues in life, which, kind of, but also, I don't know if you've heard of the hedonic treadmill. I've talked about it on this channel before, I believe. Yeah, no, it's not entirely, but that's a topic for another time. I don't want to get off on a tangent. And by the end of it, they were like, yeah, you should probably go to the emergency room. And I'm just like, they're like, we could transport you. And, I talked yesterday about the accident that I had. And, normally I post these videos a day after, but I'm going to upload this one today. They were like, yeah, we can transport it. I'm just like, no, that's not happening. Because one, after my accident that I had, I know how expensive an ambulance ride is, and I do not have the funds for that. And number two, an emergency room visit, even if I don't take the ambulance ride, so long as I'm not admitted, which I didn't ask, but also I'm just like, there's no point in going to the emergency room for this. It's not like I'm borderline like I have, I used to be. Anyways, yeah, I was like, an emergency room is a $1,500 copay, and that's again not the kind of money I just have lying about to be able to spend willy nilly on issues that I guess I could just ignore. I could go back to old habits that I've recently quit, and have been slightly happier that I've quit. But anyways, not going to dive into that either. But I'm just like, there's no point. There is no point in doing that. Um, So they wanted me to sign some paperwork as well, saying that I'm going against their medical advisory and whatnot. And they were like, also, we're probably going to call the cops to make sure that you're okay. And I'm just like, dude, unnecessary, but cool, I guess. So yeah, I get home, after the doctor's appointment because oh wow, I'm still wearing the shirt. I sure hope I haven't shown it. Oh well, totally not wearing a shirt that has any sort of significance with other things that I've talked about on this channel. um, anyways, yeah, I come home after after yesterday, and yeah, I'm just like, yeah, the hospitalization. What are you doing? Are you throwing me in a psych ward? Are you calling me crazy now? Am I crazy for reaching out for help now? Is that what we're saying? Why does this feel very 1940s hush hush? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense anymore, guys. None of this makes sense anymore. It does. The cycles are just repeating, but yeah, so I get home, I'm upset, I stop and get something to eat, and I get home, and I just, I do what I always do, because I'm tired, and work's exhausting, and my body is achy and sore, and all the issues, yeah. I pass out for like an hour or two, and then my family comes upstairs, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, the cops are here." And wow, what an embarrassment that was, having my neighbors see 3 cops, 3 nonetheless. For one, I'm not the world's largest dude. Like I'm very medium sized. I don't break 6 foot. I'm 5'11" last time I checked, so I'm not exactly tall. Like, I've seen taller people. I know taller people. And, sometimes people like to say it's the short ones you really got to work out for. Well, not this one. I'm not exactly the most well-built. I'm very average. And there were 3 cops, full get up, and their car. And I'm just like, yeah, y'all can just go away. Like, I went there looking for a referral. I explained to them the situation. My dad was explaining it to the other 2 cops. I'm just like, no, I don't need your guys' help. If this were a scenario where, like, I was about to throw myself or something, yeah, sure, I suppose, whatever. Or I don't know, maybe like I'm being robbed at gunpoint, or maybe something else is happening domestically. Yeah, sure, I'd call you guys, but you guys aren't therapists, and you're making this worse. Like, I understand, protect and serve, and very noble, very, very amazing, and I respect the men in blue and whatnot, but not every problem needs them. And it really seems like every problem in modern day America, their solution is get the cops. What the fuck? It's either get the cops, throw them either in crazy jail or normal jail. And a lot of times crazy jail just leads to normal jail. So, yeah, I guess everything's fucked, huh? So, I guess that's my first time experience with this. Not much to say other than I was like, yeah, y'all can go back to the back to whatever y'all were doing. Good night. I'm gonna go back to bed, because I didn't have my contacts in, didn't have my glasses on, and I just, no, not doing it. So yeah, that was that. And here we are the next morning. Yeah. So I hope all you beautiful bastards, bad bitches, and amazing, lovely dreamers out there are having a fantastic Friday. I've got some stuff I've got to do, because work never ends. So this is your Captain Dreamer, signing off. Bye-bye.